Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and the message reads like this. Hello my brother, how are you? Can you please post my story as anonymous? I have my own story that I want to share with you. Can you please post for me as hidden identity? My mom, she was the first one to come here to South Africa. It was back in those days when people from Zim were being given their work permits. Then my mom, after she had gotten a work permit as she was a teacher, she then started working as a science teacher at a private school. She worked a little bit, then we had to move out of town and we went into another town. Then she had already applied for a job. Then she got the response. That was when she started working at a certain government school. When she was working there at the government school, the salary that she was getting, it was quite a lot. My mom was a woman who was very busy, always busy. She never had the time to rest in those years, because in the community where we were staying, what would happen is that soon after she would have knocked off from school, when she would come back home, she would find that there would be some children that were waiting so that she can give them some extra lessons. So she was making a lot of money. At our place, even over the weekends, there were a lot of students that used to come for their extra lessons. She quickly made a lot of money. Then my mom decided to start her own private school. From there on, life really transformed and we started living a very good life, and life was really moving good like that. When I came from Zim coming to South Africa, my mom said that I should not go straight to university. First, what I had to do was that I had to rewrite my matric so that I can get to know the syllabus that students learn here in South Africa. So I then started studying matric at another college. When I was at that college, that was when I met one of my friends. So the reason why I became friends with that girl, it was because whenever she would go out, she used to go around with a doll. At first, I noticed this behavior. That was when I asked her why each and every time she would go around, she would be having a doll in her backpack. You know, in ShopRite, there are those small dolls that they sell. She had one Barbie doll like that one. Even my first one, I went with her and I bought it at ShopRite. So I asked her, why is it you always carry a Barbie doll in your backpack each and every time? At that time, me and her, we were not yet friends, so she could not answer me properly. But after I had became like her best friend, her closest friend, that was when she told me the truth. And when she told me the truth, my brother, it was by mistake, because we had gone to this other party. It was not a very big party. When we went there, I saw that there were no boys, there were no men there. It was an all-girls party. When we were there at that all-girls party, that was when she started drinking a lot of alcohol. And when she was so tipsy, she started telling me a lot of stuff. She was pointing at the other elderly women that were there at that party, and she was saying, I once slept with that one, and I once slept with that one. This one, she does not taste nice when you are with her. She was really drunk, so I just thought that maybe she was one who was drunk, and a drunkard can say a lot of stuff. So I didn't even mind anything that she was trying to tell me. When she got really drunk, by the time that we were supposed to drive to go back home, I saw that she was in no condition to drive. So I said, you cannot drive, at least let us make another plan. At that time, even though I could drive, but I had not yet gotten my license, she then asked me to drive the car, but I was really scared because I didn't have a license. That she said, no, you can drive. I am going to show you the roads that if we use this road, we won't even get stopped by the police. So we got into the car. It was late at night, somewhere around 1 a.m. When she said that she was tired, she wanted to return back home, that was when we got into her car. It was me and another girl who had said that I have had enough of this party. And this girl, my brother, when she came out of that other room that she was locked up in with another woman, I noticed that the way that she was kind of like smelling, it is that kind of a smell whereby two people will be making love. That was the kind of a smell that was coming from her fingers. And she said that she had enough, she wanted to go back home. And ever since we had came to that party, she had been locked up in that room with that other elderly women, and they were making a lot of strange noises in there, as if they had a third person. But when I had seen her and that elderly woman getting into that bedroom, there were just the two of them. I don't know where this other strange person had came from. As we were driving, then that girl said that her boyfriend had texted her and the boyfriend was going to pick her up. So we went at this other service station. We stopped there just waiting for that girl's boyfriend at that garage. When the boyfriend came, he then picked her up. That was when my friend started gossiping about that girl, how she has a demon that lives in her stomach. She started telling me everything about her secret life as well. The first thing that she said, she started looking around the car and she said, "Did you see my child? Where is my child?" And she was still drunk at that time. She kept on shouting as if she was one who had lost her baby, a real baby. So I said, "Do you even have a child? I think you need to go home and rest." Then she said, "No, my child is here in the car." That was when she looked underneath my seat that I was seated in, the driver's seat. Then she pulled out that Barbie doll. Then she started kissing that Barbie doll and she was like, "This is my child that I am telling you about." I was really scared about her behavior, because when she was looking for this Barbie doll, one of the doors, she had left it open. So I said, what will happen if they hijack this car? Because we were driving a mom's car. Then she said, no one will ever dare to hijack us because I am very powerful. When she had found her Barbie doll, that was when she returned back into the car. When she had found her Barbie doll, that was when she said, okay, it is fine, you can start driving now. So as we were traveling, I asked what was the meaning of having that connection that was there between her and the doll. And she said, this is my life. My life is connected to this child of mine. As I was driving, she started telling me everything, and she said, I worship the devil. Just like that, my brother. She just said, I worship the devil. So when she said that I worship the devil, I started laughing because I thought that maybe she was just drunk, and it was an awkward laughter whereby I didn't even understand what exactly she meant when she said that I am a devil worshipper. So when I heard that awkward laughter, she said, so you are not scared that you are friends with someone who is a devil worshipper? That was when I realized that she was really serious about everything that she was saying. All that while she was leaning right next to me, and it made me to feel very uncomfortable. She then started telling me how she had joined Satanism, which I cannot tell you because it is her own story. I can only refer you to my own story. After she had joined Satanism, she had the connection with those Barbie dolls because there are some demonic spirits that are living in those Barbie dolls that she had. She then told me that each and every time that she goes and buy a Barbie doll, she will put it inside a pentagram. Then she will start praying and summon the powers of hell to be released upon those Barbie dolls. So for a single Barbie doll, sometimes she said it can have 8 to 9 demonic spirits that will be sharing the body of that Barbie doll. She then said that the demons, when they are in this physical realm, they do not have anywhere to stay. That is why they are always kept in hell, because the moment that they come into this realm, a spirit will need to have a body. It can quickly repossess, otherwise they will be tracked back into hell. Most of them, they stay in the trees. Some of them, they possess animals, and the majority of them, they possess human beings. So my brother, when she told me this scary story, I just decided to remain quiet, but I kept on thinking and thinking about it, and I kept on having different dreams. So whenever I'll be dreaming, I will find out that she'll be with me, walking with me, but will be in another land that is very different from this physical world, and she will be teaching me a lot of stuff. And right there, my brother, that is how I joined Satanism. And there is another story that I want to tell you. This story, it is a very different story that it's told by Christians. So there is another son that God had. People believe that Jesus Christ is the only begotten Son of God, but no, what people do not know is that Jesus Christ was the second born to the sons that God had. God had two sons, and the first son is our master. He was the one after he had tried to fight for his rightful place as the next king of heaven. That was when he was betrayed by some of the angels. Then they chased him out of heaven. Then they took the powers from him and they locked him up. It is only that human beings, they are not willing to accept this truth. But once you have joined this religion, that is when you will be able to know the truth. There is the real truth, and there is this other truth that was written by the victors, like what they say. If an army is victorious, that is the army that will end up rewriting the history. Such is the history that was rewritten by the army of heaven after it had kicked out the rightful heir to the throne of the heavens. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our listeners. A very different doctrine, a very different one. Please let us try to speak with her in the comment section.